What's good, y'all? It's Pod.cannion. I'm back with another reaction video. This is Reedmysole, and this is Did Kendrick troll Drake with X's death? Now, I think I've done like a quick video of the peekaboo theory, but I know that he performed peekaboo in the Super Bowl. So if there was anything that I missed that could have tied this into, what I'm saying, Drake even more, I would like to hear it, and I'm pretty sure Reedmysole got that. If y'all, what I'm saying, end up like the video, consider liking the video, helps out the small channels like me, and what I'm saying, if you want to see me again, all you got to do is hit that subscribe button, because all we do is chill over here. I'll be watching whatever, reacting to shit, music reactions, local music reactions, stuff like that. Got my own music channel. All you got to do is take out the PO, and it's D.Cannion. With all of that being said, let's see. Did Kendrick troll Drake with X's death?
That damn was meant to be listened to backwards. I saw that on the internet when it came out, and I tried it, but I didn't know that was a real thing. Like, how do people even find stuff like that out, bro?
Man, I got some of the most dedicated fans. They wild. They be on top of everything. They listening close, the music, the lyrics, and they figure it out.
So one of the craziest breakdowns and deep dives that has come out of this Kendrick Lamar and Drake beef, I have avoided talking about on this channel because it's pretty emotional to me.
This shit means something to me, man.
This is like fan fiction. This is like fan fiction that you see in like Star Wars and all these other sagas and series that are like entertainment properties. GTA has them. There's so much lore to even a video game like GTA. There's so much lore to Harry Potter and Star Wars and all these different entertainment properties, and that's how I feel about this.
If you notice the backup dancers, what did they have?
Did they have that?
A split of black, and they also had red.
Like, it's a breakdown to me where people on GNX, when he goes crazy, scary, spooky, hilarious, at the end of TV off, that is Lefty Gunplay. Crazy is Euphoria. Scary is 616 in LA. Spooky is Meet the Grams, and hilarious is Not Like Us. So if you look at them in that order, crazy, scary, spooky, hilarious, that's the reason why he says that. It doesn't really make sense until you look at how Kendrick kind of went through the phases and the waves of those songs. There's a lot of deep dives that I could dive into with this. Even the mention of the
Euphoria was crazy. 16 LA was spooky. Wait, crazy, scary. I don't know. I feel like spooky is more of a thing like, ooh, what is happening? You know what I'm saying? But Meet the Grams was more scary. That's just me though, because like you're like, what? You can't put spooky because it's just like that beat was ding ding. But yeah. Not too much on that.
In your circle should trouble you. If you were street smart, then you would know that your entourage was only to hustle you. The Wire, Entourage, the last one was Euphoria, HBO shows.
Oh,
like,
yeah, we're reaching here. It's all good.
That I can actually pull out of it. And one of the ones that I said was the most important is the connection to Drake and XXXTentacion. One of the most underrated and misrepresented and misinterpreted lyrics on Euphoria was, "We ain't gotta get personal, this is a friendly phrase, you should keep it that way."
I know some shit about niggas that make gonna wanna look like a saint.
Now, even Drake misread this and said, you talking about paperwork, where's the paperwork? My theory was, and my theory still is to this day, and it was confirmed in Not Like Us. This theory is he's not talking about Drake. He said, I know some shit about niggas that make gonna wanna look like a saint. Basically, I know some things that if I told you guys, if I spread it to the world, I would be snitching. I would be snitching, especially from the code of ethics that Kendrick comes from, which is Compton, the streets, this, that, and the third. He's been affiliated with different, he's been affiliated with different street organizations, different community activists, community organization groups. So if he was to say these things, he would be the snitch, not Drake. And I think a lot of people misinterpret this, but this was confirmed to me on Not Like Us when he said, the rabbit hole is still deep. I can go further, I promise. Ain't that something? The funny thing is, a lot of these theories and a lot of these videos, y'all might be tired of them, but these are things that I have been telling and I've been yelling into my wife's ear on them sweaty nights, just like the baseball meme. That has been me. And now that everybody is gravitating towards the song Peekaboo and they've linking all these different connections, him standing on top of the car at the Super Bowl.
Your religion, your pastor fuck kids and got sent to a prison.
Y'all see Dragon Balls? I'm going stupid.
Prisoner PC. I seen the devil, he's in you with me, you need saving to listen to this, see.
The energy only circulate through us. Everybody must be judged. But this time, God only favoring us.
This lyric, that lyrics, the helping hand challenge.
You know, a brother helping hand. Well, people remember before XXXTentacion died, he was given, yes, he was doing the helping hand challenge.
This is something that I have straight, and I'm getting goosebumps talking about it now, because if you go even on my Twitter, I don't even think, that's so much on my Twitter, I probably can't even delete it, but I've had sweaty nights of me linking all of these different things about how XXX posted this, and XXX posted that, the whole I'm upset song, and the 50,000 on my head is disrespect, the 100,000 on my head, that is, they were beefing, and I was watching it live, and I was an extreme XXX fan. Even when XXX died, there were only 3 major artists who come out and pay respects to X on Twitter, and at the time, they all 3 were not really on good terms with Aubrey Graham. The 3 artists that came out is Kanye West. I know. Kanye West came out and said, R.I.P., we loved you, you were great. J. Cole, now remember, this was 2018. Drake was kicking Kanye's back in, and it was still a little weary about if him and J. Cole, a couple of lines on a couple of the records, were actually about Drake. They didn't really come together. Drake didn't really put his arm around him until after the 21. How many faking their streams, getting their placement machines. I've broken that down in videos before because I personally think J. Cole was talking about Drake, and they were having a little bit of beef. If you go look back at those albums before the I Am Greater Than song, before 2018, 2019, they were kind of like getting at each other. So he wasn't on speaking terms with him. And then the last person, of course, was Kendrick Lamar. Kendrick Lamar was very adamant to Spotify, if y'all take his music down, I'm taking my music down.
And in specific, thank you, Kendrick Lamar.
Kendrick Lamar went to bat for this guy.
Now, less than a month after announcing a hateful conduct policy, Spotify is basically backtracking. They're doing the moonwalk. But Kendrick Lamar and a couple other musicians said, yo, we might have to take our music off Spotify. Now we hear XXXTentacion basically saying, thank you, Kendrick Lamar, for sticking up for me. And
he went to bat for him. And it's funny because one thing Drake could never link within the beef with his allegations that he laid upon Kendrick was his support for XXXTentacion, which RIP to the man, but he had a lot of DV, domestic on his jacket. He had, a girlfriend that had, some pictures and things like that. Drake can't really fully dive into that without mentioning that kid's name. And one thing he has managed to do is not mention that kid's name, but he has subliminally dissed him for a very long time. I'm not here insinuating that he had something to do with the death of XXXTentacion, but it is clear to everybody who was paying attention that he alluded to it, he disrespected him, and he made fun of him throughout his career so far since his death. He's made fun of this. This has been in the theories and the blog communities for a long time.
Y'all remember, what was it? The ugly ass cover art that his son made. Fuck. Why don't I know that shit already? The song called Daylight. Shot him in daylight. Anytime I send that to an ex-friend, an ex-fan, they lose their shit. They lose their mind. Because obviously they're not tapped in with Drake right now. So I'm like, have you heard this song? And then they absolutely lose their shit. Because like, what the fuck? Because wasn't X shot in daylight and you still making these? All right. Just
helping hand challenge was a thing. XXX was pressuring Drake and bigger artists to actually do something. So Drake, being the person that he is, while a lot of people in Toronto were very upset with him, was because he went to Miami in order to troll X, and he gave out the money in the God's Plans video. He's done a few things, right? They started off beefing because the KMT. X posted a picture of his mom. X posted a picture of Drake with on his face with on his face. There was a lot of beef. XXX went on IG stories and said, I have $100,000 for Drake's head. Thus the song, I'm upset. And thus the song, SMS, send my triple X. That's the only time I want to shoot you on the leg. Why you keep on shooting when you know that you're dead? Gun sound. I think that was Thug on the back. This is what's been going on. Like I said, if he didn't have anything to do with it, there's been a case. The case popped back up after he was going to sue UMG and all of this talk was coming out. That case popped back up and they reopened it. There's a lot that goes into that theory, and I've been trying my hardest to not talk about it. But like I said, Kendrick was alluding to that from the beginning, and I think I even tweeted about this. I be tweeting. I be out there, whatever. I'm just now starting to get a platform, so I know people are like, man, I'm tired of these videos. A lot of these conversations are sweaty conversations that I've been having with my wife for years. This Kendrick Lamar Drake beef did not make me start looking at Drake different. I was probably one of the first Drake fans to be like, nah, this ain't it. And I've
the hell.
I had to burn some candles, man, because you know, when you start talking about stuff like this, it's spooky. A lot.
Scary, spooky, and nerdy.
I have a lot of these theories, like even on the Heart Part 6, I have a theory. Well, not a theory, but Kendrick loves Phil Jackson. There's plenty of videos of him talking about Phil Jackson.
And I'm foul. Like an elbow intended. In the game to win it, even if it's a scrimmage. You can get coached right now. Black Phil
Jackson.
Phil Jackson, Maxon.
Phil Jackson came back, still no coaching me. I'm uncoachable. I punch plays Phil Jackson in my early practices.
I'm pretty sure Kobe Bean Bryant is his favorite player. I think it's his favorite team is TDE. Studio filled with Jack in the Box, filled with Jack in the Box. And then he also talks about we was watching World Star, not the ESPYs, laughing at B Pumper. Drake actually was the host of the ESPY.
Good evening and welcome to the 2014 ESPY Awards. Make some noise for yourself, man.
Around that time is when the Control verse came out, and I'm pretty sure Kendrick was probably still hungry during those days, even though, you know, I'm pretty sure at that point he had Good Kid, Mad City, but I still think, like, those were real, still heavy TDE days. You know, when the Control verse came out, Drake went to Marcellus Wiley, and he started dissing him.
Drake came on our show, Sports Nation, and it turned into him going at Kendrick Lamar, and really going at Kendrick Lamar, saying, man, come on, man, I'm me, and he's him, and all like he just sunning him.
So, and Drake threatened that if you guys don't get rid of this footage, I'm going to not host the ESPYs.
Drake just called again. He said, if we air that interview, he's not hosting the ESPYs.
It's a lot of deep dives. Kendrick was getting at him in so many different ways. So this line on Euphoria is one of the most slept on, misinterpreted lines. Kendrick knows something about Drake, and if he exposed it, he would be looked at in hip-hop worse than Gunna Wanna. I know some shit about niggas that would make Gunna Wanna look like a saint. Not, I know that you guys are snitches, and if it wasn't that. You always gotta understand, Kendrick is very calculated. So, you know, I've been avoiding this topic for a while. I am so happy that people are having that conversation for me, because honestly, I was a huge fan of XXXTentacion. You know, I'm a lyrics guy, and I don't really like a lot of these new kids. XXX was one of those first new age kids, and maybe the only one that I really gravitated towards. I didn't gravitate towards Lil Peep and Perp Smoke and even Juice WRLD. I've said that before. I didn't gravitate towards these guys, but I gravitated towards him because I liked his style of rock and the way he influenced so many different things, and it felt genuine. And his energy was it was very captivating.
I feel like XX, he had a more expanding mind, right? But as far as technical rapping ability, Juice WRLD, I believe, could out-rap X. Now, as far as, like, the ideas and, like, different types of songs you will get, you would definitely get a much bigger variety and much more thought-provoking music from X. But as far as a technical rapping ability, Juice WRLD definitely had that.
Style was very captivating. He had a lot of that fake woke deep stuff that I like, you know, because even if you fake deep, I like it. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
You could be fake gangster or you could be fake deep. And, you know, even though he had a lot of trials and tribulations in his life, I really resonated with the music. And 17 and Question Mark they went number one. The boy was a force to be reckoned with. So out of respect for him, I've stayed away from that. Out of respect for everybody involved, because I do come from a code of conduct, and certain things, you know, you don't want to try to allude to somebody going to prison. All of this is allegedly, all of this is fan fiction. But that guy, Drake, he definitely played with it, and he definitely ran with it. The Assassination Tour, you know, you can go watch Thought Crimes. You can go watch plenty of the deep dives out there about this conversation. I'm happy it is coming to the forefront, because there is a lot. There's still a lot that I know for a fact people are not uncovering and people are missing when it comes to the entire breakdown of what this beef was, what this beef is, the peekaboo, the performance. I'm so happy that there's other people out there to have this conversation. So do you think Kendrick knows something? Do you think peekaboo and all of these things are leading back to a conversation about XXXTentacion? Make sure you comment, like, subscribe, ring that notification bell so you can be notified whenever I release a video. Join to be a member, because you will get this video first. You will get exclusive content. You will get things that I do not put on the algorithms, because I don't think...
Shout out to bro. Yeah, this is a conversation that's been circulating for a little bit since the Peekaboo song dropped. They had linked it to Silent Hill, and just, you know what I'm saying? It makes sense to a certain degree. You know, we like to reach for the sky a little bit, but what's wrong with a little bit of reach? What's wrong with having these conversations? Because it is interesting. And it is facts that whether or not Drake was involved with, you know what I'm saying, that person's death, it is true within the music after that he acted like he had some part to play in it, and he alluded to that. Now, he never outright said it, obviously, but it's a bunch of songs and verses where you're just like, what do you mean by that, you know? But yeah, it's just interesting to have this conversation and stuff. Let me know what y'all think and all of that. And you know what I'm saying, like the video if you like it, subscribe if you do. All we do is chill over here. And with that being said, y'all be great, y'all be safe, keep getting to that bag, and I'm gonna catch y'all in the next video. Peace up.